I'm from the south. I'm from Chennai. Huge fan of Kamal sir. For me, cinema has always been from the point of view of audience. I literally look up to cinema because I'm that audience who sits in the front seat. So when we were discussing this story, at that time this Sitaare Zameen Par connect was only in our minds. We used to reference like Sitaare Zameen Par. So it is much deeper into the pre-production process that Aamir sir one day said, Aamir sir ke andar there is a sportsman spirit where he takes success and failure in a very balanced way, and he is constantly analyzing ki maine kuch galti kiya hai, have I done something wrong? As far as I am concerned, if I am a fan today, I would love to see a feel-good film. I feel that's the mood. Like I love action films, but I feel that it's been long since you've seen a film which is happy, which makes me laugh and possibly also move me.
Hi Prasanna.
Hi.
Welcome to Cinema Express. My name is
Shreyas.
First of all, congratulations for Sitaare Zameen Par. The film looks really feel good and has that refreshing quality to it.
Thank you.
So, first of all, how is it feeling? The film just about to be released in 2 weeks.
Very excited, very excited. Also very nervous. Like when you're in love with a girl, you want the girl to love you back. So now I'm in that stage with the audience. I hope they also love the film as much as they love the trailer. We got lovely messages. Very excited and nervous.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask you, how did you become a part of the film and what were your early conversations with Aamir like?
Working with Aamir sir is a dream of almost every director because for me Aamir sir is like the Mount Everest. If you do a film with Aamir sir, that means as a director you have worked with the best quality producer and best superstar and actor, and so I have always been his fan. So I never dreamed that one day I would even sit with him or get to direct him. I'm from the south. I'm from Chennai.
Yeah.
Huge fan of Kamal sir.
Yeah.
So for me, cinema has always been from the point of view of audience. I literally look up to cinema because I'm that audience who sits in the front seat. So I need to look up at the screen like that. So I have seen Aamir sir in Lagan and Taare Zameen Par I've cried for. So to actually be with him, and it is often said that when you come closer to your heroes, you lose the hero worship. But in my case, I would say in the case of Aamir sir, the closer you go to him, you discover more and more about what an amazing person he is and how hardworking and he is very protective of his directors. He really loves his directors. He loves his team. He takes care of his director and team. He's truly in love with cinema.
Yeah. And as you said, you were like starstruck meeting with him. So when you're working with someone who you kind of look up to, how do you remain objective about it?
It's very difficult to, because the part of you that it has to remain objective. You have to treat him like any other actor.
Yeah.
So this can only come if the bigger person in the room takes the effort, because we cannot, either it will lead to any misunderstanding or. So Aamir sir is the first person, if you meet him, he makes you very comfortable. In first 1 minute, he makes sure that you are comfortable with him. So we had this 8-hour kind of like a first meeting at his home, and he was sitting on the floor, I was sitting on the floor, we were having food together. Within 15 minutes, I felt like, is it really Aamir sir or he has sent a dupe and Aamir sir is working somewhere else? Okay. So humble, so down to earth, and I think also as a South Indian that connected to me a lot, that he was very simple and very, very like how Rajni Saab is. So I felt very comfortable and I could say anything to him.
Yeah.
So I think he is extremely gracious, and he gave me the freedom and he was open to allow me to say anything.
Yeah.
Because that comes from love. I'm a big fan of his and I really love him. And thanks to him that he gave me the freedom.
Makes sense. And you also said like you love Taare Zameen Par, and this film is like a spiritual successor to Taare Zameen Par. There are a lot of similarities in terms of dealing with intellectual disability, but this does it in a more fun way.
Yeah.
So were there efforts to sort of bring out the legacy of Taare Zameen Par in any way?
Actually, it happened in a very beautiful way. It happened in possibly the best way possible, where it came very organically. So when we were discussing this story, at that time this Sitaare Zameen Par connect was only in our minds. We used to reference like Sitaare Zameen Par. So it is much deeper into the pre-production process that Aamir sir one day said, hey, wait a minute, this, constantly I have been constantly talking about Sitaare Zameen Par, and I would ask him, sir, that's a masterpiece, I'm a big fan, and how did you direct this scene, how did you do that, and I used to play the songs, and Shankar S. and Loy are also from there, so I would keep torturing him with Sitaare Zameen Par questions. So maybe at some point, because of that, he also kept on. Then one day he said that, is it not belonging in the same emotion, the base, the thought, that inclusive thought, that, we are all one and we should not discriminate. I said, yes, sir. So why not we make it like, similar sounding to that? So the audience also will know what are they in for. It's very important for the audience to know what sort of mindset we should come for a movie with. Delhi Belly is a different mindset.
Yeah.
Sitaare Zameen Par is a different. Dangal is different. So Aamir sir is, I think, a master of that connection with the audience. He sets up the correct expectations for the audience, right? So I think it came from him very organically.
So it happened along the way. It wasn't
very organic.
Already decided.
No. So it is not a like a plastic thing or anything. It came very organically and very beautifully.
Yeah.
And when Aamir sir said that, I was like, sir, obviously I also agree with you, but it is your baby, it is your masterpiece. I would be very happy if you would lend the name to this.
Yeah.
Do you think it is worthy of that?
Yeah.
So I'm again very blessed.
And the film also deals with, as I said, disabilities, and you have also casted actors who are disabled. So how was the process of like working with them, because they also have intellectual disability? How do you communicate with them? What was the on-set experience like?
Sure. So the word I have been taught to use is people with special needs, because we disable and disability means people who cannot do something, but actually they have special needs. For example, people with Down syndrome, people with autism, right? They have certain special needs for them, which actually I also have special needs. You also have special. We all are requiring certain way of handling. All of us, right? We all have different personalities. But we all seek the same thing, which is love and understanding. Once you receive that, then your talent can come out. And we created an environment where, we gave them a lot of love and understanding, because we really respect the fact that this movie cannot happen without the Sitare. So I remember talking to the parents, saying that you are the real heroes, because you have allowed us to work with your children and given us so much of trust. And the movie cannot happen without them. If I don't have the Sitare, who are so talented, so for me, they are the superstars. And for Aamir sir and me and all of us, they are the Sitare, right? So it was absolutely fabulous working with them. They're amazing actors. They have not done professional acting before, except possibly one Gopi Krishna has done a film in Malayalam. But most of them are just people who have that kida to perform, to entertain people, to come on stage. We all have that. Many of us have that, right?
Yeah.
So they have that desire to do it.
So did you have to do workshops with them before?
Yes, it was a 1-year process
of
casting them. Tess Joseph was there as my casting director, along with Anmol Ahuja, my casting director. We had a lot of workshops with them. Dr. Neena was our special needs consultant, who taught us how to create safe environment for them to stay in, work in. So their parents were also around them. So we created a small little, like a summer camp for 4-5 months, where morning they would come and we'd have acting workshops with me, my assistant Pawan, my trainer Manuj. We do all that, and in the afternoon we in the same place there'll be lunch, and we'll create spaces for them to sleep in. So sometimes I also slept off there.
Okay.
And then evening they would get up and they'll go for their basketball coaching. Right. Sylvan is the basketball coach. So I had a fantastic team,
right.
And all of the people on this project are people who came out of love for this script and for wanting to do this. Because I think all of us within us felt that somewhere society is losing empathy, and somewhere society is losing that touch, which is there in all of us. So if you see more and more we go into smartphone and AI and all that, we are more and more we are becoming indifferent, but we are seeking love.
Yeah.
So we all were excited by the possibility that we're going to have a great environment.
Fair. Also coming to the performance of Aamir Khan, he recently admitted that what he did in Laal Singh was kind of he was not fine with it. So what were the discussions that you two had in terms of how his performance would be pitched this time?
See, first of all, Aamir sir is one of the finest actors in our country. I mean, if you see his performances, For me, my personal favorite is Lagan and Akash in Dil Chahta Hai, Rangila.
Rang De
I mean,
Basanti.
every Sarfarosh, he's a master of acting. One mustn't mistake one match where Sachin Tendulkar gets caught out
out
early
1-0.
to say that Sachin Tendulkar does not know cricket. That is how the nature of the game is. There are some times where you get out early. There are some times where you get caught out early. But Sachin Tendulkar hota hai. And the reason why he is Sachin Tendulkar is because he will go watch that match 1,000 times to find out how did I get caught out. That is what makes a sportsman. So I think Aamir sir ke andar there is a sportsman spirit where he takes success and failure in a very balanced way. And he is constantly analyzing कि मैंने कुछ गलती किया क्या? Have I done something wrong? And I think that is what is inspiring for me because most of us we have egos. So we don't admit that what I did was wrong. And then we don't want to learn. We want to say no. So in him I found that beautiful quality which I think all of us can learn, which is that in the process, you must understand in the creative process, you are making a lot of decisions. Some of them will be wrong.
Yeah.
Some of them will be right. And in the process of making a film, when you do it with heart and conviction, there will be people telling you you're wrong. There will be people telling you you're right. You don't know which. So many people told me don't make Shubh Mangal Savdhan. If I'd listened to them, I would not have made
just
them.
because it was
Because of the subject matter or whatever. But, so how do you know? I think the more and more you do, see, I made only 2 films.
Yeah.
So, if I were to have a 40-year span of a career, I will make mistakes. But at that time, I hope that like Aamir sir,
you're able to reflect back on that.
able to reflect back. So that is why I think what is success? Success is something where if you are able to learn from anything, then you are a successful person. So in that sense, Aamir sir has never broken his success record. He's been super successful with Laal Singh Chadha, as far as I'm concerned.
Fair enough. Also, the film is releasing at a very interesting time.
And by the way, I really love Laal Singh Chadha.
Even I love
Lot
Laal
of
Singh
us.
Chadha,
How
and
many people you know who?
I felt so bad that it was not doing well.
So many people said, "Itna pyara sa," because that's the thing. See, when you do something from your heart, it will connect.
Yeah.
And mistakes तो होता है यार. वो out of focus shot can become out of focus. Sometimes it goes.
Yeah.
That is okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, I loved Laal Singh Chadha. I cried through the movie.
Yeah. I can even vouch for that. Also, the film is also releasing at a interesting time. As I said, it's a very refreshing film, and it is coming at a time when there is an influx of horror comedies, action films that are there in Bollywood. And also, films are finding it difficult to make their run at the box office. So how do you see all of that happening and the film releasing at such a time?
I feel that any film which comes, like I remember Dangal. Before Dangal came, nobody had idea what Dangal was. As an audience, I'm saying. I never knew what it was. And that time also people were saying that ये trend है, वो trend है. I feel Aamir sir is one person चुपचाप आ जाते हैं, sixer मार के जाते हैं. So that is Aamir sir's trend because I'm a big fan of his. So I feel that any film, if it connects with the audience, it will be successful. If any film does not connect with the audience emotionally, it will be not successful, irrespective of genre. So I think what Aamir sir does is something that again I'd like to quote, which is that he makes a film from his heart. And he believes that if it has entertained us, it will entertain the audience also. And if it entertains and informs the audience, and I think recent interview me, sir said that he has always done the film which is unexpected. Like he said that when he started doing Gajni, I think he said, that time the romance movies were happening and action, he was told don't do action because action nahi chalta. So I think Aamir sir just comes from, I think because he is an audience himself. So he only reacts as an audience. Like he doesn't think about trend or like a typical, like a analyst or something. He just see, okay, if this is a movie I really like, we all like, then maybe audience also will like. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm a fan today, I would love to see a feel-good film. I feel that's the mood. Like I love action films, but I feel that it's been long since you've seen a film which is happy, which makes me laugh and possibly also move me. And a film, basically I've been missing an Aamir film for a long time. And as a Aamir sir fan, I feel this movie is a very honest attempt. And I think that will connect.
Just one last question. The film also, as I said, deals with disability, and you are known to, like with Shubh Mangal Savdhan, known to talk about serious issues with a quirky way. And that's something that is visible in the trailer of Sitaare Zameen Par as well.
Thank you.
That there is a quirky side to it, there are a lot of emotions. So But this is like a really serious issue, disability, as compared to erectile dysfunction, which had an underlying humor to it. So how do you balance that seriousness with the fun element and create a sort of cinema language that is not demeaning in any way?
I feel it's where it is your intention. Like if you want to make a film that is funny and that entertains people, but humor does not need to demean anyone. Correct. For example, let's say even a small thing like the mother says about his height, Tingu, right? Now that's why I wanted Aamir sir in the movie. Because Aamir sir is a giant. He can take a joke on himself. He can call himself that, and people will know that Aamir sir is already a giant. Correct. So I think in this movie, if you see, most of the jokes are from, I think the joke comes from a place of good intention, right? Then it will possibly connect more with people. Like even in Shubmangal Sadhan, the intention is what? The intention is to clear any discrimination. The intention is so many people are going through sexual issues, and we shy away from talking about that. And when a movie comes with laughter and emotions, then a lot of people's mind actually opened up. After that movie, I got a lot of messages saying that you saved my marriage. You know, because these issues are there and we're not able to talk about it. Nobody has taught us. So I think if your intention is correct, that you don't want to hurt somebody. And I feel if it is situational comedy, which is coming from the absurdity of the situation and from characters and from the world, instead of it being a forced kind of a comedy. Like for example, if you take the last scene in the trailer, where he says, coach, aap chup rahiye. Now that is a situational comedy, right? It is. We have often been in situations where very well-meaning people have kept saying, like the coach, that don't take tension, do this, and fathers do that all the time. So sometimes you feel like, can I just tell my teacher to shut up? I can't. So it comes from that thought.
Yeah.
So then it becomes, I feel, more relatable. It's not written with the intention here there has to be a joke. No. Naturally, in that situation, if some absurdity happens, it'll be funny. And I feel that's my style of looking at things.
And did you consult with people with disabilities to sort of work around elements in the script that, felt authentic and not, because we are not disabled, we are able people?
See, first I'll let me in a very friendly manner just correct. They're not disabled. They're called differently abled.
There's a lot of debate around that also, because some people feel that they should be called disabled because ऐसा नहीं है कि it's a trivialize हो जाता है उससे.
So there's a lot of debate.
Yeah.
I don't want to call them disabled.
Yeah.
I would love to call them differently abled or people with special needs. And उसमें क्या होता है कि let me tell you where as a filmmaker I am coming from. We all have felt ridiculed in our life. We all have felt like we're good for nothing in life. Society has a way of making us feel crippled, making us feel disabled, making us feel handicapped. It can be anything. It can be my height, it can be my skin color, it can be anything.
The way you look.
The way I look. We are all made to feel disabled if somebody hurts us and puts us down because of who we are. In the case of Gulshan, the fact that he's playing a guy of an average height, but in basketball, it's not considered to be the norm. So sabka apna normal hota hai. So I feel that when you come from that space, then it becomes relatable to everybody, right? The whole society. So that's how we want to connect, that we all have felt like good for nothing. We all have felt discriminated for so many things. So think for a second. Tera jaise hi that person also would have felt. Then your mind will change. If already you have felt that way. So Dr. Neena was our consultant on this project, and she would advise us on a lot of how to create a safe space for all of them. And a lot of organizations, we reached out to, who were very, very encouraging, because they also felt that this movie is a need of the hour. Because slowly we have evolved as a society. Taare Zameen Par especially changed the mindset about dyslexia.
Yeah.
Satyamev Jayate changed mindset about so many things.
Yeah.
So who else better than Aamir sir to entertain and also educate? So we have found a lot of love from all the organizations, and we were very careful to learn from them. And I agree with you. In fact, today we are in a scenario where we are so caught up in words. We have to get caught up in heart.
Yeah.
You know. So I feel that there's a lot of learnings on that front. But that's all theory. The main thing is when we are on set, like when you meet our Sitare, na, boss, they will make you feel included. They are inclusive. Whoever you are, they'll give you a hug and they will make you feel so happy. And your day will be suddenly you'll get a josh when you're with them, because they are superstars. Yeah, they've conquered so much of challenges and come here in life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's lovely. And I can't wait to see the film.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for this lovely conversation.
Thank you,
And
Shreyas.
wish you all the best for Sitaare Zameen Par.
Thank you. Thank you. Fantastic.
Thank you.